afternoon. Today is the 10th of August and this is Camberley Town Centre in Surrey, where once a year the whole area gets taken over for the Collectively Camberley Classic Car Show. Yes, 4 C's in a row. Even more alliteration than the Slightly Shambolic Shuffles, my title of this video. So I do apologise in advance if I get things wrong, if I fall over, if there is wind noise. I'm afraid it's just the way that it goes on this channel. There will be multiple parts. We'll see if we can speed up in comparison with last year, where we probably made too many of them. So started off just outside the Square Camberley Shopping Centre, where we have the Guildford and Surrounds mini groups. Interesting name for a car club, and we do have some minis. This is a Mark, let's get this right, 6 92-93 Cooper. I'm not so fond of these silver on black plates for cars after 1973, but you know, some people like that sort of thing, don't they? Next to it we've got Mini 1000 77-78. This is probably about the same sort of era as that advert was made in sort of 77 with Raymond Baxter, isn't it? It's very nice, very original looking as well. And we've got something from the early 80s, 82, 83. This has been considerably altered in comparison with the yellow one. We've got Paddington in the back of here. Looks like we have. You've got his marmalade sandwiches. I could do some marmalade sandwiches for you. Another one of these Mark 6 minis. This one's been considerably altered, maybe made to look a lot older than it actually is. Someone's even fitted the, I think these are Mark 2 mini lights, aren't they? Something like that. Although it's like a 90 or 96. Interesting. Right, there's two very important rules. We don't talk about the Prince engine and we don't talk about diesels on this channel, so we'll not be spending too long on this area. This is an R50, I think. It's not an R53 because it's got no bonnet bulge. Interesting colour, that one. 2005-6. Yeah, that one's actually a really modern one. I think I've driven a very similar one to that actually in the past. We go, at a guess, that's R56. Sorry. The F56, I get confused. That one we can talk about, that one we can't talk about, that one we can't talk about, that one we can't talk about. My gosh, thank you, Prince engine. I don't think it's about that one either. Gosh, it's not doing well, are we? Oh, here we go. This will be all right. This is the kind of generation that's just been replaced, and in 2021 I drove a John Cooper Works GP2 that didn't even have any rear seats in it. This isn't quite as severe as that. It's a 2018 John Cooper Works. Actually got some rear seats in it, but they've got some crazy amounts of power, these ones. Actually the interior is quite nice. I have driven a more normal one of these, which is a 2016 Cooper manual, and it wasn't bad to drive actually. It just felt a bit claustrophobic inside. Yeah, this one I don't know. Presumably it's very similar to that 18 plate one. Yeah. Oh gosh, I was right to touch that one. Yes, we're very cautious these days, viewers, about things like that. Thank you, Mayor of London, and all your friends around the country, and also the people who made a Prince engine, because can't talk about either of those. Right, next section. It's got a very, very old Ford pickup here. It's like a Model A or something. Is that? Oh right, here we go. It's a 1929 Model A. There we go. 12-volt rewire, wheels and tyres new, with new parts, rust-free, Californian fresh import. OSB 24,000, grab a bargain, 14.5. Call Martin on 07917 674 120. As Mr. Bill from the Fuel Power channel says, this could be yours. It's not really my kind of thing, but there we go. And we got a Morgan three-wheeler. Now, I'd be able to go with one of these, actually. But I just couldn't find insurance for it when I was offered it. So I don't think we will be going. I couldn't get a quote from any of the sort of temporary policies that I normally use. So I'm afraid we might not be driving it, which is a shame, because that does look like a lot of fun. Yeah, that's probably a personal plate, isn't it, that one? But, you know, it'd be around that kind of era. It's funny how sort of old it looks. I think we've got older front wheels on it or something to make it look like a 30s one. In fact, here is something from the 30s. That's why we've put it in this section, I presume. Oh, there we go. It's Lanchester 10. And this is probably a 35 or a 36. Lanchester's certainly a make that was lost in the mist of time, and actually the same company that owned Daimler until 1960, BSA, owned both of them, and I think Lanchester disappeared about 1956. Can't remember now. 1937 Austin 7 Special, so made up of remains of a Ruby Saloon. Here is the British of the Ruby Saloon. This 1934 RP Box Saloon, Beatrix. I'm always amazed how cheap Austin 7s actually are, considering how old they are. They're not actually that expensive if you really want one. I think they're like sort of £5,000 to £7,000 for a relatively nice one. Wow, 95-year-old Riley 9 Mark IV Tourer. There we go. I think you must be braver than me to drive something like this. I just would not be able to manage that. Austin A35. Intoxicated by the exuberance of our own velocity. Yes, well, not a lot of power in these with the 948cc A-series engine. It's in nice condition, that, isn't it? Right, next section. 1975-76 Triumph Stag. Is that an original colour for them? I think it is. It's very, very 70s colour, isn't it? Amazing. Got the alloy wheels on this. Be a Mark II, fits that sort of era. Oh, that's very nice. Volvo 1800S. Do not call it a P1800 until you're referring to the very earliest cars, which were discontinued in 1963. All of them were just called the 1800 after that, including the three-door hatchback, the ES. This is an 1800S, which is a model after the P1800. S stands for being built in Sweden. Based on the Amazon chassis, of course, made famous by the Saint in the 1960s. Several of these were used during the filming of the Saint from 1962 to 1968, although the last episode was broadcast in 1969. Very, very nice indeed. It's 768, this particular one. And then we've got a 1956, I presume this is a Chevy Bel Air or something. Yep, I was actually right for once, viewers. I'm not always right, but for some reason today I am, and that's good. The Need for Speed, indeed. 1995-1996 Volvo 940 in the classic trim. It's not one of the very last. It would be like a celebration or a Toolslander, but we're getting to the sort of latter stages of the 940 production here. This particular one is in a very nice colour. I think there's a later grille on that and later front indicators, but yeah, like 940s very much. We've had several on the channel. I think it's like 4 or something had on the channel. Oh, there we go. 2003 Mercedes-Benz SL55 AMG in a G in blue. Please do subscribe to the channel to support the car. Unnamed channel to support the pros of the car. Okay. I shall do. I haven't got time to scan the QR code though. Ooh, a Daimler Sovereign 4.2, 82, 83. Now this is more like it, viewers. Twin exhaust and, of course, a beige leather interior with wood. I do like a nice beige leather interior, particularly on a Daimler. That is very, very agreeable. I like that Series 3. Very, very much indeed. And then we've got SL600. What year would this be? Pass. Doesn't actually say. Oh, it's 2004. Okay, so it's similar to that one. How much does this gentleman want or lady want for this car? £25,500. No phone number. Okay. Oh no, sorry, there is a phone number. 07711 774 Okay. We've got a beige leather interior with wood as well. It's not quite as nice as the one on the Daimler, but that's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. It's not really my kind of thing, that views, but some people like that. Ooh, a PA Cresta. Excellent. Now, I've just forgotten temporarily whether this would be a facelift one or this is a pre-facelift one. I've forgotten now. But that is extraordinary. I wonder if we're going to see any more of these in the next 24 hours. Of course, we'll be going to the Camberley Lions Classic Car Show tomorrow as well. Cresta will led the models further down the road called the Velux. Lake Queen had one of those. I think he had an estate or something. Is this Lupo a classic? Well, it's old enough to be a classic, isn't it? It's sort of over 20 years old. Hope this is the petrol one, viewers. That's all I can say. But here we go. Ooh, Peugeot 205 CJ. Excellent. Don't see too many of these. This is quite a late one. 1993, 1994. The CTIs were the sort of ones people really wanted, but CJ was a bit more basic. So you've got windy windows and no rev counter in here. Quite late for the 205 in this country. They've discontinued about 1996. But yeah, I haven't seen a CJ in a while. Oh, 107 Mercedes-Benz 280 SL. This will be one of the earlier ones. This is probably, just taking a guess here, late 70s, early 80s. Oh, it's an 85, okay. I should have read that information sheet first, shouldn't I, viewers, rather than just guessing. And it's for sale as well. Called Mike on 07718 044946. £11,500. Is that a good price for one of these? I've no idea. And then we've got and 2001 986 2.7 Boxster. Someone's been very sensible to put some seat covers on today because yeah, it's not actually raining at the moment, but it is threatening to do so. I really hope it doesn't. But there we go, Boxster 2001. Next you've got a Mercedes with some stamps on it. 7172 280 SEL 4.5. I forget the actual chassis code for this one, viewers. We will not guess because I will get it wrong. And Julian the Chimney. Hello to Julian. Personal plate. It's been quite a late one actually. I think they stopped making these in 2018. They had a 20-year production life, this generation of Chimney. And he's got a roof tent as well, that's good. Is this Bedford M type, the road type things? To be sort of 50s. Oh, it's a 49, okay. Bedford MLD, okay. I wasn't too far off then. Considering my knowledge of commercial vehicles is appalling years, I don't think that's too bad. Yeah, bought 1949, registered 1950. And then we've got another interesting thing here. What is this? Oh, it's another Bedford. It's again to be about that sort of era. Oh, is there actually information sheet on that side? I keep missing them, don't I, viewers? That's pretty bad, isn't it? I never said this is a good video, viewers. Hence the title. Oh, it's a 51. Okay, so not too far off. Look but don't touch. Okay. I shall not touch then. I shall go down here instead. I think I've seen this Consul Capri around a few times here because it's the third time I've filmed this show, and I think I've seen it here before. Beautiful car, not very successful particularly. They were expensive to build, and they made them for only 3 years in the end. But very, very nice. 62. It says well, a tax disc. We'll go with that. And then we've got this MGB GT purchase certificate, a 1970 this one will be, registered, built 69. Very good. I was wondering how long it would be before we saw one of these. And then we've got a Mustang, Mustang Mark 1. Be about 1970, something like that on an H. There's quite a few American cars here probably, and I'm not very good on those, so yes, again, hence the title of the video, it's shambolic and rubbish. Another Stag here. Now this is sort of on the kind of crossover between the Mark 1 and 2. Oh, it's actually, this is a Mark 1. I can tell straight away, but I've only got 2 interior lights in this. So yeah, August 72. It's very similar in colour to the one that I drove, actually, back in May 2023. It was also a Mark 1 automatic in this particular colour. I like the Stag's views to some extent, but I sort of prefer this Mark 2 Honda Civic. What an amazing car. Look at the condition of this. I think, this is before somewhere, yeah, it's 83, 5G. Is that refer to the 5-speed manual in it or something? I don't know. I like that very much. In fact, I might take a photograph of that later. Excellent. A Dolomite 1850 HL that's probably a little bit cosmetically challenged. Someone's been watching it in Seabridge channels. In 1976, this one. We've got sprint wheels on this, so I haven't got the original ones on, but that's a very common upgrade for these. I very, very much like Dolomites viewers, but that might be because I owned one of them back in the mist of time. 69 to 70 Land Rover Series 2A, I think this would be. With the instruments still right down there, so you have to keep looking down to your left when you drive, which is not the safest thing to do, really. That might be ex-MOD. This one definitely is. I mean, if you look at the heritage certificate here, it's actually a 1950, but it's got a 1963 plate on it. That presumably is the year it was decommissioned from the army and then registered on UK roads. So that'd be something we used to do back in the day. But yeah, it's such a tiny little thing, isn't it? Look how small it is. Ooh, well, I'll have to come back to that Granada in a little while. We'll first of all look at this Lotus Elan Plus 2 in this amazingly sort of 70s shade here. 135. Does that refer to the brake horsepower output or something? I think this discontinued about 74, and this is a 73, 74 plate. It's one of the last of the Plus 2s. Is that leather views, or is that just vinyl? Right, okay. It doesn't say exactly the year of it, but yeah. Yeah, it's 120 horsepower. So it's about the sort of PS output of the car is the name of the model. 69 to 70 Volkswagen, whatever it is. That should actually have different headlamps on it. I know that. We've also got the Porsche 911 Fuchs wheels on this. It's a very common swap for these, and it looks great actually. It's a really sensible upgrade actually over the standard wheels would have been on it. More sort of Volkswagen of this period here. 1965 Splitty. Let's go round that way to see the front of it. Oh yes, and the first of the Mark 1 and Mark 2 Escorts for the weekend. I think we're going to see quite a lot of these views over the course of the next 24 hours. And the value of the car has just increased as I'll be walking around it. And that's which has an upgrade on it. It's not completely perfect, that. It's actually got a rusty door. Most of them you see are perfect, but I appreciate that. But it's not perfect, actually. 7273. Gosh, it's busy here today, isn't it? Probably shades of things to come tomorrow if weather improves. I imagine what it would have been like today if it had been sunny. There we go, some splitty action views. I'm sure a lot of you like to see that kind of thing. Let's go this way. Right. Jaguar E-Type Series 2, 2 plus 2, 1969. Primrose, yeah, I think this is Primrose Yellow, this colour, as far as I know. Ooh, we've got a colour-coded Bush radio in there as well. Excellent. Yeah, so definitely a 69. Actually read the information sheet this time, dears. It's always a good thing to do. Definitely Series 2. I've only ever driven a Series 1 and a Series 3. I've never driven a Series 2, actually. So, lovely 5 Series here, E28 I think these are, 520, 1986, 87 on a D, and then a Series 1 E-Type. It's got no 4.2 badge, so I'm assuming this is actually 3.8. The something like 1963 would this be. 62. Isn't too far off. Eye candy. Is that a beige leather interior as well, viewers? Why, yes it is, and a wooden steering wheel, so that counts. Very nice, viewers. Very, very nice indeed. Not the easiest car to drive in the world, but you know, very nice. 1967 Sunbeam. Oh, it's a Sunbeam Tiger. This one. It's got the Ford V8 in it. So yeah, the last year we made was 67 actually. That is it's very shiny indeed. Oh, now here we go. Yes, this looks very much like a Vitesse, with that sort of spoiler and the wheels and things. I don't know what's going on with the back suspension. That's weird. Moonraker blue. This will be 85, 86. It's similar to the one I drove at Great British Car Journey this year, which is also an 86 in Moonraker blue. Predecessor here, P6, 3500S, 7172 on a K. Sort of biscuit coloured interior. The S model this country anyway generally had a manual gearbox. There's the information sheet. We haven't got time to keep going. 72. Here's that one. Oh, a Cadillac Alante. Yes, please, viewers. Oh, yes. I can't remember if I've ever even seen a Cadillac Alante. This was a bit of a disaster, viewers. A bit of a disaster, really, back in the day. But this is fantastic, anyway. I can't believe it's actually for sale. Yeah. 07708 463 384. What if Mr. Bill from the Fuel Pattern actually wants it for himself? I mean, I don't particularly want it, but I would like to have a go in that. It'd be fun. Then we've got a Mitsubishi Galant, or Lakenham as they're known in some other places, 2002, the V6 version. I think this has been modified a bit, viewers. I'm not sure it would have come out of a factory like this, but there we go. Sort of mean looking, isn't it? And then we need to just have a check here to see if we can talk about this Audi. Give me one moment, viewers. So I'm not quite so sure about Audi, but I found this 1990 Mark II Jetta Coupe. It's the CL model. It would have been imported in 2014, this one. Apparently the interior is original, apart from that touchscreen thing down there, but it's obviously an improvement if you want to use it every day. It's been changed from the original 1.8, which would have been in it, to a 1.8 turbo, the sort of later engine. I think it's got the TT with 220 horsepower. Then we've got this 1968 Daimler V8 250. This was the later version of the 2.5 litre V8 model that was based on the Mark II. And very pleasingly, we have a beige leather interior with wooden piping. This is an automatic one. You could get a manual V8 250 because I've seen plenty of them. But yeah, that's rather nice. Also nice is this Jaguar S-Type, is a 3.8. As you can see, they're similar, these two cars, but the rear end is completely different on the S-Type. This is a 67 registration, although the car was made in 1966. This one's a manual overdrive. There we go. Gosh, they're really busy around here, aren't they? 2001 TVR Tuscan. I get the sort of vibes of this from the old Swordfish film with, was it John Travolta in Swordfish? I think it was. And a nice beige leather interior as well, with some blue bits in too. Show TVR aren't around anymore really, although they keep trying to bring the company back, and so far it's not worked. 1968 I think this is a Jaguar 240. Now, the owners marked it down as a Mark II. It's technically not a Mark II. Mark IIs are earlier than that and they have different bumpers. This is like a sort of cheapened Mark II for the end of production. Jaguar were in the 1960s, towards the end, when they had about 15 million models all on sale together, a slight variation of the same thing. It's very, very confusing. But yeah, there we go. It's still very nice though. It's a beautiful colour. And then we have an MGR V8. So why this is on our plate, I don't know. They finished production, I think, in 1995. So how it's on an R plate, I don't know. Maybe there's some explanation here. It's not explained. Okay. Very, very strange. It's not actually. She says. So it says 1998, but they finished, I think, in 1995. So it's late registration or something, and they put Japanese spec bumpers on that for some reason. Toyota GT86. I don't know what year this one is. Obviously, I've driven the successful one, the GR86. I've never driven one of these. I would like to have a go in it. Or, of course, the BRZ that was very similar to this. Not so keen on all the blacked out bits, but that's just personal taste, isn't it? Ooh, Brera. Yes. Very nice, viewers. Very, very nice indeed. What engine's in this? I hope it's not the forbidden fuel one. SV. Doesn't actually say. Well, it's a petrol one anyway. 6-speed manual and normal handbrake. Excellent. Now I would obviously like to very much have a go in something. That would be very, very nice. That is looking very, very original. Thank you very much. Beautiful car. Oh, and of course a Cosworth. Because why not? We haven't had one yet. So, it'd be about 1990, maybe 91. The car was facelifted in 1990 with those smoke rear lights, so we're sort of accurate for that. A few changes from standard. I mean, the wheels are not standard, and neither is the gear lever, but all the front end. But yeah, it's probably got more power than the standard Cosworth as well. Having recently driven a Sierra 1.6 LX, I would like to have a go in a Cosworth. Be a bit faster than that one. And also fast is probably this other sort of Ford of the same era. This is a Mark IV Escort. I imagine it's an RS Turbo, but it could be something else. It does say RS on it. Sort of 86, 87 on a D. But yeah, actually RS Turbo. Those really lights, of course, been smoked. They could have suited those. Look at a 90s modified feel of that. And then this P100, which would have not started life with the drivetrain in it from an RS Cosworth. But of course they are similar. Good old Type 9 gearbox in this as well. Personal plate. So actually quite a late P100 because you can't register a car on a newer plate than the year. You can do an older plate. You can't do a newer one. So it'd be about 92, 93 perhaps. And I thought I'd see the Davies. We had the two Elan plus 2s at a show, but we have got two plus 2s here. This again is the same one. It's also a 135. So 73, this particular one. Look at all the sort of switches on the interior. I mean, they're marked with all the sort of big labels. That's probably a lot better than something like an E-Type, but the labels are very small on those. Yeah. I'll have to skip the Ford Raptor, whatever it is, so I don't really know much about those. And we'll go on to this Corvette. C6. To give any indication of what year this is. It says December 2014 sticker, but that's probably not the year of the car. And then Aston Martin Confusion, because I don't know anything about them, so I don't know what the models are called. Does the information here tell me what this is actually called? Oh, it's a Vantage, okay. 1819, 510 horsepower. So very quick indeed then. Then a Series 1 Lotus Elise, 1999 on a T. Love the Rover K series in it. Even though the standard ones are only 118 horsepower, they're still really quick because they don't weigh anything. Next to it, something from kind of same sort of era. This is a special one though. This is a racing Puma, which has I think over 150 horsepower for the 1.7 Zetec SE engine, and all kinds of little sort of upgrades. Yes, including the sort of blue bits. Those are standard, by the way. These are actually worth a lot of money now, the racing Pumas. Awful lot of money. They only came in this colour as well, from memory. Just notice that Elise is the 111S model, so it'd be a bit quicker than the standard ones. And then a very late Alpha Sud, 1981 this actually is. This to be they call the Series 3 these. Sorry, 1980. Oh right, it's a very, very early one. Wow. Series 2 shell, Series 2 interior, Series 3 wings. It's like a crossover. Oh, it's not a hatchback. What a strange thing. I've never seen one of those before. The only one of TIs I've seen have been the Series 3s. And we've got, Excellent. A Mark II Ford Granada Estate. Yes, please, viewers. We like this very, very much indeed. We've got all sorts of lovely bits in here. Wow. I do like Ford Granada Estates, viewers. I'm sure many of you do as well. That's a beautiful one. Obviously, royal connection with that particular car. Being 85. Is this a Cortina Savage? No, it's the 1600E. Two-door. Two-door seem to be rarer for some reason. This was a 69. I don't know if we'll see any more of these over the next 24 hours. We probably will, actually. They're very popular classics in certain parts of the world. That looks like a very nice one. And we've got an M5. It's an M5 competition or something. It's the previous generation M5. Just been discontinued, these ones. Yeah, it's an M5 competition. And then another Series 1 Land Rover. Someone's actually took all the paint off and put it back to bare aluminium, or Burma Bright, actually the alloy's called. That is actually quite stunning in fact, an unpainted form. Hillman Avenger. Yes, please. We do like these. These are actually really, really nice cars to drive. I've driven the later Chrysler version. This one is, let's have a look, 1975. This particular one. They were called the Chrysler from 76. That is a 1300 Deluxe, one of the first on the P plates. Panther Calista. This one is an 84. Now, what engine is that? I don't think it's for Cologne V6. It's only got, either probably a 1.6 on this. You could get a 1.6 or a V6 as far as models. This is one of the companies owned by Sanyong. Yes, Sanyong. Strange, isn't it? Then we've got a Lotus 7 Series 2. Similar to the one in the Prisoner. That was a 65, I think, that one. This is a bit later. But similar looking to that one. Gosh, I've forgotten what one of these is now. It's not Lotus 7 for sure. Burlington, there we go. I can't remember what these are based on now. I've forgotten. Yeah, I did know, but let's not sort of speculate because I will get it wrong, like I have already an awful lot in this video. Iota console here, be from the early 50s. Very sort of striking design when it came out in 1950, these things. No, sorry, it's not big console, it's FS6. So it's a 56, it's a very late one actually, because the Mark IIs came out that year. And we've got an Abarth for good measure here. Excellent. Well, that's it for part one. Thank you ever so much, once again, for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, comment below, and we will see you again in part two for some more incorrect information.